Okay, this video is about how to set up the info for the live stream on YouTube. So you can see I'm on YouTube here and I'm in the Augustana page. It's our studio area for Augustana, and you can look at the content. If this, like I said before, if this happens to be on your individual name, you're going to want to switch so that you're there. And in order to become a manager, you're going to have your own YouTube account, or at least a Gmail type account, a Chrome account, and then Jacob can get you to be one of the managers of the Augustana page. Okay, so here we are. Up here is a button called Create, and you'll go to Go Live. And it takes a few seconds to open this up like that usually, and then here we are. It's all set to turn on the ATEM, and like it says here, start sending video from streaming software to go live. But we want to edit this information. So I'll click on the edit button, and it shows for Holden evening prayer. So I have it set up for Wednesday already. But if I wanted to change this so that it was getting ready for next Sunday, which is the 16th, I can change that to a 6, and I would change Holden evening prayer here to the second Sunday of Lent. And so you just type in there, second Sunday of Lent, and then go from there. And you can then down here, you would change this to Sunday, March 16th, and change this part to the second Sunday of Lent. And then I'm just scrolling here to get down further. Notice it's on private. Normally that will be public, but the reason it's on private right now is because I'm leaving this open for people to practice. I will change that to public. Now, let's say I forget to change it to public. What will happen when you do the live stream, Eric is set up to do it this Sunday. Eric would go on and do it, and it would be out there being stored on the YouTube server, but the general public couldn't see it. It would only be those of us who are managers of the page that could see it. However, after the video would be done, we can go back in and we can change it to public after the live stream is over, and then it would be open to everybody. That I got it marked down to change that on Saturday to public, but right now it's still private. And then we go down further. I don't change anything else here except for one thing, but you can look all the way down at the bottom there. These are kind of our standard things. I don't change any of that. I do, however, change this. Okay. So this is the first one. This one is the title one. I hit open, and there it is. So that would be the thumbnail for the third Sunday in Lent. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to change it for Wednesday night. Okay, now we are on a Google Doc, and it's called Stills for the Live Stream Church Service. There's a share button here. I tried to share that with everybody that's in the group. I'll add Steve or anyone else who gets in the group and share this with you. So if you get on your Google Drive, you should be able to find this as a Google Doc that's shared with you. It's Google Slides. That's why it's yellow over here rather than a Google document. Because I've set it up so that these are 16 by 9, so they fit right into the YouTube video. You don't have to do the slides this way. If you want to do them a different way, you certainly can. Now, when I first started doing it, I used a picture or I used some things like this. Have some different graphics. There's one that we use for holding evening prayer. Here's the one that we kind of adapted from there. A couple things the slide should have: some kind of welcome, the date, what the service is, and then this information. It shows that we have permission to use the music through here, and we have a one license to be able to do the streaming. And then I make another one, usually at the end, with a copyright notice, and then just people on the production team. That's kind of been the standard ever since this got started. There was one I used last year for Monday, Thursday. I kept that on there. I deleted a lot of the other ones I've used before. There's one I kept for Ash Wednesday. I'll talk about these pictures here in just a second. Let's look at this coming Sunday. Yeah, okay, here we go. Second Sunday in Lent, March 16th. This is the welcome page. You see that these are identical other than this. The service will begin shortly. I usually switch between those, have that one so people know what date they're on and that. And also, this particular slide is going to be the one we want to use for the title screen, the thumbnail thing. That one, and then this is identical too. It's just that it has the copyright and the names of the people on the team there. So I'll show you how I'll make one. I'm going to make one for the third Sunday in Lent, which would be March 23rd. I go to this slide right there, and up here under slide, I do duplicate. And then I go to this slide, same thing, duplicate. And actually, Command D will duplicate on the keyboard, but I'll do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. Duplicate. Okay. And then you can move these around. All right, I'll drag this one here, and I'll drag this one right here. Okay. So these three are the ones we're going to use for this coming Sunday. So I'll leave those on there. The next three we're going to use for the third Sunday in Lent. Okay, now you might say, how do I know what the third Sunday in Lent is? Well, if I get a new one and I go to Sundays and Seasons, notice you have to log in. Angie set this up for me. There's my email address. I have no idea what the password is right now because it just Google remembered it. So I just go with that. But she can get you set up with an email so you can be on Sundays and Seasons. Then I log in. It says third Sunday in Lent, year C. And then you can plan it. So that's how I know. And I can go back up here to this. We're going to change this to third Sunday in Lent and change this to 23. And we're good to go. Take that picture off of there because we're not going to need that. And as far as the background color, we're going to decide that after we get the picture. So I go back up here to Sundays and Seasons. And I've always done it this way. I click on the PowerPoint slides. And I usually go to this one that says slide 1. I don't always get it right. Sometimes I use a different picture for the bulletin cover, but many times that's the bulletin cover. Now, here's what I do. I'm holding on a Macintosh, I'm holding the Command and the Control and the Shift and the number 4. Command, Control, Shift, 4. And now notice the target here? Okay. I click right up in this corner and click and drag until I get down to that corner. And what I've just done is I've made a copy of that picture. I took a screenshot just of this picture. Now I go back here and I click on this slide and I do paste. And it puts it right in the right spot. I don't know why, but it puts it right in the right spot. Now, you might say, yeah, the color doesn't look very good. This green versus this green. So up under here, there's this thing called background. We click on that. And let's go with maybe a lighter green. Let's see how that looks. I don't like that. Let's do something dark. Just standard colors. And maybe I'll just go with maybe a deep brown here. See how that looks. Yeah, that's maybe better. I don't know. We can always change it later. All right. Now, you just want to remember which one it is because we're going to make these other ones the same. So if you go to this slide, I click on that and then I hit the delete button and it's gone and I do paste. Paste, by the way, is Command V. And there it is. Now, we don't have to change any of this, but I do want to change the background. So I go to solid color, and I think it was this brown. Go to this one, click on that, hit delete, Command V, paste it. Then you have to click somewhere away from this picture. Like you can't see the background thing there. But as soon as I click somewhere out in the white space here, and the picture's not selected, then the background menu comes up. All right, solid color. If you want to do a gradient, you can. I think it was this brown. Yeah, those all look the same color. I still don't know if I like it. If somebody else has a better thing, you should be, when I share this with you, you should be able to edit as much as you want. Click on that first one there and go to download JPEG image. You can see it went into my download folder. Same thing with this one. Download JPEG image. It only downloads the one that you've selected. Download JPEG image. All right. Now, let's go back to YouTube. Okay, remember how we did the info editing? I'm scrolling down, scrolling. Okay, there's that. Now, if I want to change that picture, I go in here, and you see there's the 3 JPEGs. The first one is just called JPEG, and then I saved the next one, and it didn't want to erase that one, so it saved it with a 1, and the last one saved it with a 2. So this is the first one. This one is the title one. I hit open, and there it is. So that would be the thumbnail for the third Sunday in Lent. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to change it for Wednesday night. So that shows you how to get those live streams done. Couple things, you got to have subscription to the Sundays and Seasons. Angie has to get you a password. Remember that it's the PowerPoint slides. Once you click on there, you can see what Sunday it's called. And you go to the PowerPoint slides, click on that, hold, drag to the other corner, and right now you've got that copied and ready to paste. Now, the other step is getting these 3 stills to be available on the ATEM machine. Click on the ATEM software control. Notice it said no switcher connected for a while. It sometimes takes a little while to connect to the ATEM. And there's 4 buttons at the bottom. The switcher, media, and then we don't have to worry about the audio or camera buttons. So we go back to media. Now we really want to have our stills that we just made available to us here. So how do we get them? Well, I go back to the Finder and I go to my downloads folder. The top 3 things here in my downloads folder are these stills for live stream. Drag there, and I drag that one there, and a lot of times I'll drag this one right here. Okay, and then I go back to the ATEM software control program. You can see it's kind of a dark box right there. You drag one over there. And then that one is the one that would show as long as you press the still button over on the ATEM. You want to switch it, go with that one. You want to switch to that.